Hey everybody, welcome to the Dirt with D. We are actually live from the Bottle House. I'm going to get this thing rolling. I'm going to have a few people joining me here soon. I'll turn the jukebox off when they come up, but somebody might try to freaking hog tie me and take me outside and hang me from a tree if I do. But they're going to have to deal with it, right? So anyway, tonight we're going to have Adam Bracey. Adam's going to be joining me in a few minutes. He's going to be the new host of our trivia on Thursday nights. And then we've got Luna from the Moonbeam DJ service who's going to be handling the music bingo on Sunday nights. They're going to be coming up with me in a little bit. Might have some more people up. I've actually got mics set up. And let me show you here. One second here. Where we can actually get some Bottle House guests up there to talk. In fact, if you would, get your butt down to the Bottle House and participate, would you? We got a couple people in here. It's Wednesday night. It's Wednesday night after the 4th of July. What do you expect? Anyway, back to my ugly mug. Fixing some things around here. So Adam's relief just got here, so it's going to take her a few minutes to get everything rolling so he can get up here with me. But just to give you guys a heads up, so Friday night at the Bottle House, we have the Bottle House debut of Fusebox. That's one of David Lee's many projects, and the guys are phenomenal. They're going to kick your ass. Saturday night, we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to call it an employee appreciation night. We all bust our butts. I know I don't get much time off between doing this, being at the Bottle House on Friday and Saturday nights till the wee hours of the morning, booking bands, so on and so forth, and then running my business. I don't get that many breaks. So Saturday night, I actually get to take a night off, hopefully. I don't know. I might end up popping in here for a little bit, see how things are going. But it's going to be kind of one of those mellow nights at the Bottle House. We'll have the jukebox going. You can come in, have a few drinks, and sit around and talk. But the following weekend, we're going to get back to regular schedule on the bands. And actually, I got to pull up my phone here to get my schedule up because, my memory is kind of like my hairline is receding more every day. So like I said, this weekend, we got some Fusebox. Next Friday night, we got the boys from Sobriety X returning to the Bottle House stage. That's right, the original bad boys of rock and roll, the self-proclaimed Wig Tribute Band. They're going to be back on Friday, the 18th. And then Saturday, the 19th, we got Nobody's Fool coming back. Dan and the boys are going to be hitting the stage. Great band. If you like classic rock, if you're a Ted Nugent fan, get your butt in here. This guy's going to put on a little Ted Nugent tribute for us. Not the whole night, but a few songs. They're phenomenal. Again, classic rock. They throw in a little bit of new stuff. Just a great band to come see. Then the weekend and after that, we have the Blake Free Band, which is I don't even know how to explain these guys. Kind of bluesy, classic rock. Almost a little twang of southern rock and country. They're just a great band to come see. You're going to enjoy them. And then the 26th, we have the infamous Supply Chain hitting the Bottle House stage. That's right. The Boys from Supply Chain will be here on the 26th of July. And I won't go anymore, but we have some phenomenal bands lined up after that. August is going to be a freaking great month. We're going to kick your butt. We put in a lot of time and effort into bringing you some good bands, and hopefully you're going to be happy with what hits the stage here soon. Still waiting for Adam, so I guess I got to talk and act like I know what I'm talking about for a while. I know there's been some a recent stir up at the Bottle House. We've changed things around a little bit. Like I said, our own Adam is going to be handling the music trivia on Thursday nights. This week he's doing like a kind of a superhero thing. I don't want to spoil too much. I'll let him explain more to you when he gets up here. And then, like I said, the lovely Luna on Sunday nights is handling the music bingo. And she's supposed to be hitting the stage with us. Now, it is Wednesday at 7 o'clock, so, people do work full-time. So she's supposed to be joining us here soon. Mr. Steve Weegley was supposed to get up with me tonight and co-host, but haven't seen his butt here. So if you're watching this, Steve, where are you at? Where are you at? I don't like talking all night long. So I'm back where I am pretty much most of the time, at least every Friday and Saturday night, and sporadically through the week at the Bottle House. I'm in a little bit different location. I'm on the stage instead of in front of the stage. When I back the camera up, you can see I kind of have a rat nest of a bunch of stuff up here. Cables everywhere. I have mics. We have PA set up. Just got a lot of stuff going on here tonight. If you can't tell, I'm stalling. Let me check something here real quick. I do have the stream chat set up, so you guys are more than welcome to pop on here and ask any questions you want to through the course of the night. Looks like got a couple people in here watching already. I don't know what you guys are watching yet. I feel sorry for you if you're just staring at me. But we'll be streaming on Facebook and YouTube tonight. Speaking of which, you guys can help me out. So, as you know, I've been doing this on Facebook I started this back in January. Now, yes, I have missed a few Wednesdays. I try to do it every Wednesday, but quite honestly, sometimes real life gets in the way. You know, with a full-time job, running a business, sometimes Wednesday nights, quite honestly, I'm just plumb wore out. But we have started. We are actually live on YouTube as well. So if you go to YouTube and punch in The Dirt with D, that'll bring up the page on YouTube as well. And if you wouldn't mind, go on there and subscribe. Give us throw a little love our way. I mean, this is kind of a part of the Bottle House. Oh, speaking of the Bottle House, so I want to thank everybody that participated and came out for Johnny G's fireworks show on 4th of July. Unfortunately, it was cut off a little bit short, but not too bad. We only lost about a half an hour before the rain came in, but it was a great time. If you're watching the podcast, I had a bunch of people that we interviewed, and then I tried to stream the fireworks live in its entirety, but because I was on Wi-Fi and everybody was tapping into Wi-Fi, my signal kept dropping, so I had to stop and reboot. But I think we got probably 85% of the fireworks on there. It was a good show. I mean, Johnny always does one hell of a show, and next year is going to be his 20th anniversary of doing this. And Johnny tells me every year, next year is going to be even bigger. Next year is going to be even bigger. Well, next year is definitely going to be bigger. He's going to go all out for this one. So you don't want to miss it. So we have about 360, 360 days to plan for that. I told Johnny he's got to get to work right away. He's got a big one coming up. You see Adam back there. He's trying to get everything taken care of. Like I said, we'll get him up here in a few minutes. And like I said, if you want to, come on down here. Got a mic set up in front of the stage. Come in, heckle us, do whatever you do. Give Adam some grief. Kim's behind the bar tonight, helping out. I would turn around and zoom in on there, but you all know Kim and Adam. He's still back there stalling. I think he's nervous. I don't think he wants to get up on stage. Is that what it is? I'm actually going to be going, so I'm going to turn the jukebox off here at the Bottle House. And it's going to be, so I'm going to be broadcasting out to the Bottle House, but I haven't turned it off yet. I don't want to turn it off till he gets up because, like I said, everybody might take me out back and string me up. As you can tell, I'm not a good staller. I'm kind of black and white. I like to get things going, start. So Adam's back there. He's punching in numbers. Looks like he's trying to get done. Luna hasn't made it here yet. Maybe I should have started at 7:30. Excuse me. Well, like I said, we'll get this thing going. Who do we have on here? I don't have Facebook up, so I can't see all that stuff, but I will see the... I do have it set up so I can see the comments on my live screen here. So anyway, so we always talk about this. We are pretty well booked out for the rest of the year with bands, and I tell everybody all the time, you know, if there's any particular band that has been here that you want to see again, let me know. You know, the more input you guys give to me and us, the better we can do for you guys as far as booking bands. Or if you have any ideas, said if you think I suck at booking bands, tell me. Hey, I can take it. I got broad shoulders. Just let me know. Something just popped up on my screen here. I don't know what that means. Again, I tell everybody, I really don't know what the hell I'm doing with this stuff. Every week I learn something new. Not how to do a podcast. And I can tell everybody, I'm definitely no Joe Rogan. If you're expecting Joe Rogan, you've come to the wrong place. I'm no Joe Rogan. Can't even put my arm up. Got so much crap on the table. Anyway. We're going to holler at Adam. He's back there chit-chatting. I know he's not flirting. He better not be flirting. He's an engaged man now. In fact, what's up, Greggy? Greg Keim just popped on here. Hey, dude. What's up, Greg? Congratulations to you, sir. Greg Keim is now a married man. So when you guys see him next weekend here at the Bottle House, not this weekend, the next weekend, definitely buy Greg a drink for his wedding. And Annette's on here. Hi, Annette. How's it going? Annette's a sweetheart. She is a big supporter of this. I really appreciate it. So I'm here too, Annette. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for people. Why don't you come down? Come down. I'll put you on. I got a mic set up, Annette. You can get down here and talk and ask questions and haggle and harass us and pick on us. We don't care. Like I said, it's live. Anything happens live. I'm going to throw a bottle at Adam here in a minute so I can get his butt up here. Come on, dude. Like I said, yeah, speaking about, we were talking about Greg. So, yes, Greg got married a few weekends ago to a lovely lady. She's actually a fantastic person. They look great together. I give Greg a lot of crap when he's here, but actually Greg is a great guy. Actually, all the guys in Sobriety X, you know. I consider them all friends. They're great guys, great musicians, and hell, they've been around, well, I'd say as long as me, but we're cutting that off by about 30 couple years. They were the first, truthfully, they were the first, when I did my first podcast, the first band that I interviewed, the first full band I interviewed was Sobriety X. And the reason I did that, I figured if I can get through Sobriety X, I can get through anybody. We actually had a great time. It was a blast. Could I get any serious answers out of them? Well, maybe one or two. Like I said, we did determine they are a wig tribute band. They all wear wigs. They're gonna get pissed at me for saying that, but they're the ones that started it. Actually, Wolf started it. He said, we are a wig tribute band. So I'm just repeating what Wolf said. Anyway, Adam took his cash drawer in the back, so he's going to try to get counted out here and get up here. I know, again, stalling. Greg said, I will always remember you for being my first. Greg, I'm sure you had many firsts in your life. You know, if I can count myself in there, what an honor. Just as long as everybody understands, it's his first podcast interview, nothing else. He's a great guy. Greg was actually working the whole time we were doing the podcast. He was actually working, so he was trying to multitask when we were doing it. Like I said, we had a great time. The guys were great. They were a blast. And I don't know. I think this episode is around 30. You know, everybody says, you know, podcast number or 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't count. I don't know which one it is. I just do them. I do them whenever I get a chance, whenever I'm not too wore out. Like I said, last Wednesday, I didn't do one because I knew I was doing the live feed from the fireworks show on Friday night, so I skipped that Wednesday. But I'm trying to get back to where I do a regular Wednesday podcast. I mean, not that you all really care, because you know, if you did, the subscribers on YouTube would be a lot higher than they are. Hint, hint, hint. Get on there and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. It actually helps promote the page. The more subscribers, the more it gets out there, so the more people see it. So with that on YouTube, when I've actually been posting the band videos on YouTube as well. So what that does, it gets the bands, the actual bands themselves, out in front of a much larger, broader audience. I mean, if people even go on there and click and watch for, you know, 30, 40 seconds of it. You know, it might be somebody from Saskatchewan watching a band from the Bottle House play. So like I said, the more subscribers, the way things work, the more people it goes out to. So like I said, there could be people from California watching some of these bands playing at the Bottle House. So like I said, if you would, do me a favor and go on there and just give a subscribe. It's The Dirt with D on YouTube. And all right, so since he's not out here yet, we'll talk about Rick a little bit. We'll pick on Rick. So, you know, okay, you guys know I give Rick grief. Of course, he gives me a lot of grief too. Trust me, it's not all one-sided. But I just want to say that, you know, we are fortunate. We have one of the best sound men in the industry. I tell everybody he is OCD, which he is. I mean, definitely OCD, but that's what we need. He is so meticulous about the sound. I've heard people come up and say it sounds phenomenal, and Rick just says, I need to tweak this, need to tweak that. But he does a phenomenal job. And I tell all the band members, you know, if Rick tells you something, listen to him. The guy knows his stuff. If he tells you to tweak something, one of your settings, it's his job and his goal to make you sound good, and he does a great job of doing that every weekend. You know, we are fortunate. I think we have one of the nicest stages in the area, one of the best light shows, and one of the best sound men in the area. And his boss is here to keep him straight too. All right, Greg said something else. What name is it under on YouTube? It's The Dirt with D, Greg. The Dirt with D. Yeah, get your butt on there and subscribe. I'd actually go on and post a link to it, but I don't know how. Again, I really don't. I get lucky with this stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. I did add, so last weekend I actually added a new camera view when I was recording the bands. I actually had a camera up in front of the stage where I could zoom in on the drum kit. My goal is I want to get a camera back behind the kit, but I'm trying to figure, I need to get a longer, I don't know how long of a USB cord that I can use before I start losing signal. Because, you know, the wireless cameras, and I've tried a few of them, they just don't work. they cut out, they clip, so I need to run wired. And actually I run a wire across the ceiling and drop it down to where I actually have everything hooked up. So hopefully I'm going to try a little bit longer cable every week to see how far I can get back here. If I can get a camera back behind the stage facing out, and that'd be awesome. So I'm going to work on that. We got Doug Bright in here. I would put it. I'm not putting it on the PA yet. I'm going to wait till Adam gets up here because I don't want to kick the jukebox off just yet. But I'm going to. They can get mad at me if they want to. What's going on, Mr. Doug? See you, brother. See you. Doug, like me, is a contractor, and he has a lawn landscaping business. So yeah, we were talking about that earlier. We both just sweat our butts off all day long, and it's nice for him to come in here and have a nice cold one in the evening. I don't drink, so I have a cold Diet Coke. Usually it's coffee, but I figured if I drank too much coffee tonight, I wouldn't be able to sleep when I get home. Nope, kick that. So Adam's back there cashing out all of the stuff, and he's going to be joining us in a few minutes. Like I said, maybe I should have started at 7:30. Lexi's rolling around here. Hey, Lex! You want to come up for a minute? You want to come up for a minute while we're waiting for Adam?
Say what?
Come up for a minute while we're waiting for Adam. Here, I'm going to zoom this camera out. Lexi's going to join us for a few minutes. The last time I had Lexi on here, it was a complete and utter failure.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta zoom out. There she is. How's it going?
Good. How are
Can you hear good?
Yes.
Okay. You can actually hear
For
this
real
time.
this time,
And we
yeah.
can hear you. It's not going to be just.
Yeah.
We were just talking about all the stuff we have coming up, the different bands and so on and so forth, and the different activities we have going on throughout the course of the week. Obviously, with Adam starting up tomorrow night with his, it's going to be exciting.
Superhero trivia tomorrow.
Get a bit
with our
closer.
biggest superhero trivia tomorrow. Can you hear me? Not this again.
No, I'm just going to crack here. Oh, there you go.
Okay, can you hear me?
I
Awesome.
had you muted. I had to turn the mute. I forgot I muted that one because I didn't want the active mics. So when people come on, I have to unmute it. So, oops.
Well, yes.
But yeah,
Tomorrow
we can hear
is
now.
superhero trivia with our biggest nerd, Adam. He will be hosting. He's very excited. I'm very excited. We got a couple little fun props for you guys as well. And prizes, of course.
Prizes are always good. So that means every regular at the Bottle House has to have their butt, plus the people that aren't regulars. They have to be here tomorrow night to support Adam.
Yes. You can play teams or individually.
No cheating, though. You can't cheat.
No cheating.
No Googling all that crap like I would. That's why I don't come. I'd Google.
Don't do that.
I need to get those Google glasses.
What?
Those Google glasses.
I've never heard of
They
it.
have Google glasses where you can actually see everything on your glasses.
Oh, that would freak me out.
Well, it would freak me out, too. So, and then we've got Luna. Luna's supposed to be getting here before too long, too. So Luna is on Sunday nights. It's Luna is handling. It's actually Moonbeam DJ.
DJ Moonbeam.
Moonbeam handling the bingo on Sunday nights, the music bingo.
Yes, our new music bingo host. She's fabulous. She's very, very nice. Good vibes. She's also fun. Brings her own props. Set up her own bingo thing and has some pretty interesting tiebreakers if you haven't seen them already.
The one thing I saw was Steve on stage.
That was a tiebreaker.
Singing and dancing, and my eyes are my retinas are still burned. That's something that I will never forget.
I loved it. It was amazing. He went all out. He won, as he should have.
I don't know what he won, but I tell you what, I don't want to be in that
I think
competition.
that was the first one. He just got $5 off.
Steve's a trip. And if you guys didn't see, so when I did the fireworks show Friday night, Steve and Carrie got up and I did an interview with them. Well, we've all decided that Carrie is not interview material. In fact, Steve finally told him, dude, you got to get off the freaking mic. You suck.
Carrie is Carrie.
Carrie's a great guy.
Yeah.
Carrie's fantastic.
We love Carrie.
Absolutely. And Carrie, for those of you who don't know, Carrie is a retired Tampa police officer.
Mm-hmm.
He retired, about a year and a half ago?
I think it was last year. Maybe it was the year before last.
I remember I was here.
Time is
Of course, as you get older, it seems like 2 weeks now, and it's probably been a year and a half. So we had a big retirement party for him here, year and a half, 2 years ago,
Yeah.
whatever it was. And just a great guy. He's fun to be around. He's if you're in here on a Friday, Saturday, or any other night, chances are you're going to run into him. Surprised Steve's not here.
Sometimes during the day too.
Yeah, exactly. Steve was supposed.
What
Steve
day
wanted to
is it?
come in and co-host with me. Where the hell's he at?
I don't know. Message him. Steve, where are you at?
It's all right.
Weekly.
It's all right. He's not getting paid anyway. So what else? Anything else exciting we have coming up?
For the bar, we are going to do, I haven't put it on Facebook yet. I still have some details to iron out. We're going to do a chili cook-off when
Really?
football comes around.
Oh, cool.
So the last week of September, we're going to make it an annual thing. We're going to do it every year. We're going to have a trophy that passes down to everybody, or like we'll put it up here with a name plaque on it of yours. You'll win some money. Yeah, it should be good. I have a lot to figure out with that, but we're going to do it.
Well, and those of you who've asked, I did talk to April from the Salty Moon Food Truck, and she is willing to come in. She's going to start doing the Sunday football.
Yay.
So we're going to have a food truck for that.
Amazing.
And she might even come in on Tuesday nights for the live band karaoke.
That would be great.
I mean, she's traveling right now. She's traveling from Sarasota. She's trying to get back up here closer where it's easier for her.
Yeah.
But she said she might start coming in on Tuesday nights, and she's been pretty regular on the weekends.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And yeah, I'm hearing great
We
things
love
about the
having
food.
a food truck.
I actually, so at the fireworks thing, I never get to eat off of it because I can't wait that long.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet either.
Why? Friday night, I finally did.
Yeah?
In fact, I made her
Good
feed
stuff?
me. I interviewed her, made her. I got it was the cracked chicken, whatever it is.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God, that
Sounds
shit was
good.
good. Oh God, I know what they call it. I think it actually has crack in it because now I'm addicted to it. But yeah, it was phenomenal. It was so it was French fries with like a spicy macaroni with this cracked chicken on top of it.
Yum.
That was a lot. I couldn't eat it all.
Yeah.
But man, it was good.
Sounds
It
like
was
some
delicious.
good comfort food for sure.
Exactly. And she does all kinds of stuff. I mean, obviously she does hamburgers, hot dogs, gourmet fries.
We do hot dogs.
Yeah. Well, she does the big jumbo, like the whatever the hell they are. You know, I don't eat
The brats.
I don't eat hot dogs.
Bratwurst.
I was never a hot dog guy. I don't eat the hot dogs.
No?
But if you notice, nobody
a
ever gets a
dog.
hot dog from her anyway. They always get either because she does the little taco thingies,
The what?
little taco thingies.
Taco thingies.
Yeah, they're like some kind of taco that she makes.
Oh,
they're like a
cool.
flat taco, but she also has meatball subs and
Yum.
there's another one,
Okay.
a chicken
a bunch
parmesan
of
sub.
different stuff. I
Yes.
like that.
She's
That's
been adding
cool.
stuff every week.
Yeah.
So she comes up with new stuff. Told her nachos. Everybody wants nachos.
A little something for everybody.
Yeah, I told her she can't do popcorn.
People love our popcorn.
I know.
The Members Mark popcorn. Actually, no, it's the Kirkland popcorn.
Yeah. Every weekend I can smell popcorn in here.
Yeah.
I can pretty much guarantee
Well,
it's
you
a
know,
given.
once
Every
you
weekend
pop-
we're going to have
Once you
popcorn.
pop one popcorn, you're popping like 17 popcorn.
Exactly.
And then
I
you
know.
sweep it all up at the end of the night.
What is that thing? It's that smell. Once you smell it, you want it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we do a lot of popcorn. So, yeah. Do we have a kitchen here? No, we have a food truck. We do popcorn, hot dogs, boiled peanuts, and we have baggies of chips and stuff like that. So if you get the munchies and nobody else is around, we have a few things.
Little midnight munchie.
See, and I hate boiled peanuts.
Snacky hour.
I never.
I can't do it either. I'm not a huge peanut person.
I'm not either, really.
I go in and out of even liking peanut butter, so I don't know. I don't like it. It smells weird. It looks weird. It's not for me.
You know, as a kid, it's a staple, peanut butter and jelly. I never liked peanut butter and jelly.
No?
That really wasn't my thing.
PB&J.
I never really got into peanut butter and jelly. I don't know why. Of course, I grew up in the South, so I ate a lot of weird shit.
Fair enough.
Give me a good pickled egg any day, but peanut butter and jelly?
No, the red
What?
things.
Yeah, they're good.
Those look so weird. I
Now-
don't like them.
Now, the pig's feet's something, I mean, I don't care how Southern I am. I can't do pig's feet. Just looking at them, it's like,
See, I would rather do that than a pickled egg.
what, you know,
I like pickles. I like eggs, but it's red. I don't like it. It
But-
looks so gross.
but, I mean, it's just basically cranberry
That
sauce. That's all
sounds
it is,
worse.
I mean, I don't like cranberries, but I like
egg?
pickled eggs, yeah. So I got to tell you a story. So, you know, I grew up, you know, my grandparents were country folks, you know. Both my grandfather's parents died when he was a baby, and he was raised on farms as an orphan, which meant you were labor.
Yeah.
So, you know, he grew up poor, so he ate anything. I mean, you know, you eat anything you can get. So I guess I was probably, it was before my father got back, so I was under 7. So I was staying with my grandparents one weekend, and my grandfather says, "Hey, do you want a sandwich?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." So he makes me this sandwich and ate it. Well, how's that sandwich? I said, "Yeah, it's pretty good, a little salty." What is it? Well, he's got this platter, and he pulls the cover off. It was cow tongue.
Oh, I think I could do that.
It wasn't bad. It was actually like salty roast beef.
Yeah.
But when I saw it, as a kid, I'm
Yeah,
like, oh,
of course.
my God. So that kind of
Scarred
turned me
for
off.
life.
Yeah, that kind of turned me off to cow tongue for the rest of my life.
Oh,
Now if I look at a cow, I'm thinking, oh, you poor thing. And they got big ass tongues.
I had someone do that to me with a veggie patty, but he told me it was an oatmeal cookie.
Well, yeah, come on, the veggie patty.
It looked like an oatmeal cookie.
Really?
Yeah.
Guess I've never seen a veggie patty.
Maybe
Of
I
course.
was just really excited about it being a cookie. I don't know.
They make those
But it
veggie
wasn't.
burgers and all that kind of crap. If I'm gonna eat a burger, I'm gonna eat a burger. I don't want no veggie burger. I want the real thing.
Black bean burgers are pretty good. I like black bean burgers.
Never tried that. I'm not the healthiest eater in the world anyway.
Like the Southwestern style. You ever had a Southwestern egg roll?
Yeah.
Basically what a black bean burger is,
No.
but just in a burger instead of an egg roll.
That doesn't sound too hateful. Oh, by the way, one thing we forgot, we do actually have a pool tournament going on here tonight as well.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm running that.
Yeah. Lexi's running it, so she's going to have to get over there and do that. So Adam should be popping up here before too long. I know he's back there cashing
Yes,
everything
he's
out.
almost done. He's
counting money. And if I were back there, every time he got to 10, I'd say 12 and screw them all up. So I'm not back there to screw them up tonight.
Rob does that to me every time. We'll catch up because we don't see each other too often. So if I work during the day and then I'm doing stuff, he's like, oh, so this and that, and catching me up, and I'm like, please stop. Hold that thought, and I will be right with you.
I can't help when I see somebody back there counting. I just got to do it.
I already have so much other things going on up there. I can't handle another one.
Misty just looks at me and goes, "Don't you even think about it." I'm gonna. Well, look who's here. Look who's here to join us. What's going on? I got to turn your mic on. Put your headphones on there. I'll turn your mic on. All right.
Welcome.
So I'm going to turn the jukebox off now. Maybe. And we're going to talk to these people as well.
All
You think
right.
they'll get mad at us? They do.
Did you say the mic was on here?
Sounds on.
Yep, sounds on for sure.
Hey, folks, can you guys hear us out there?
Testing.
Can you guys hear us out there?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
All right. So now we have Adam with us now.
Hey!
Adam Bracey. We have Adam and Lacey up here right now. Hopefully Luna will be here before too long.
Yeah, hopefully so.
So Adam is going to be doing the Thursday night trivia.
I sure am, man. I'm excited to do it. This was running a trivia game was something that I've done before at another bar that I was at for a while, and always loved doing it, man. I try to come off like a cool guy, but really I'm just a huge nerd. So
That's what-
You
being
can be
able
both.
to write these out.
Lexi
Both
said
can
you
be
were a
true.
Yeah,
big
both
nerd.
can be true. We can have both.
Lexi said you were a big nerd.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Am I getting feedback out there? Turn that down just a little bit. I kind of hear it feeding back. That's all right. I can make it really feedback. That'll wake everybody up at least.
Gee.
But yeah, so tonight we got the pool tournament going on, so Lexi's going to be running that tonight.
Yes. Pool tournament every Wednesday. Starts at 8. Sign up starts at 7. Pool tournament starts at 8.
And what is the entry fees and so on?
It's $10 to enter. There's first and second place winners. You split the pot 70-30, and the bar will match what you win in cash with a gift card.
And if you, one night, maybe if you come in, I'll play you, and I'll guarantee you will win.
With that kind of attitude,
You will
never
actually,
know.
no, I suck at pool.
It's double
Just a little
elimination.
biro.
So actually, since it's double elimination and the rules that we have, you can still win if you lose once.
No, I would
There's
lose.
a lot of times, though, sometimes, like the player Ben, he will scratch on the 8, and then the other person will advance. So other people end up beating themselves, so you don't necessarily win, but, you do.
No, you don't understand. I would scratch on them. I mean, I suck. I'd actually end up ripping a table.
Oh, no.
Pool
Yeah,
is-
you're
is-
not
pool
allowed
is-
to play then.
Pool is not my thing. I'm smart enough to stay away from that.
If you rip the table, you're telling Russ, not me.
So I'll just avoid conflict by not doing it. All right, so.
Broken arm coming to play pool. None of you have an excuse. That's
right.
amazing.
Yeah, dude.
Cast all
So
the way
Dwayne,
over
you're,
here.
you're definitely going to be fine.
That's, I love it.
Literally, a guy just walked in. He's got a cast on his arm. He's in here to play pool.
He's probably going to win.
So he probably still kick my ass, though.
He's been here. He's been here the last few days playing pool. I've been impressed every single time I've glanced over at him.
That's awesome.
Like I said,
Dedication.
A 3-year-old on a freaking stool could probably beat me. So
We can get my brother up here. He's 3, so
you probably still beat me.
yeah.
So what I want you to do, Adam, I want you to tell everybody about what you have planned for karaoke. Not
Trivia.
karaoke, trivia, karaoke.
Yeah. So we'll theme it each week for the most part. There might be, a week here or there where maybe the themes have been a little played out, or I've got something kind of down the line that I want to save. So we'll have that kind of in the rotation. So any of those weeks would just be a general kind of trivia. That'll be few and far between, though. Typically, we'll put a theme to it. The way that I like to stylize my trivia is to attach it to something that's kind of coming up, or something that would be enough within the pop culture, I guess, if you will, at the time. So, for example, this week, so tomorrow, when we start the trivia game up, Superman is coming out this weekend. The start of the new DC universe for film and everything like that. And then 2 weeks from now will be the Fantastic Four film. So now Marvel actually has the rights to Fantastic Four. Disney Marvel will be able to make their
Nerd alert.
Yeah, just because
Dude, you're nerding out on me.
the cool factor stayed for just a second, and then I was like, "Oh, I said Superman. Let's go."
The fact that that Marvel bought this and bought that, you're a nerd.
Yeah,
You're a nerd.
Yeah, 20th Century Fox had the rights for a while, and there was a whole dispute, and then they bought them out.
Don't give out any of the answers.
Yeah, no, we're not giving away any answers or anything like that. But
I'm
maybe if they're listening to the podcast, they'll get a little
That's
heads
right.
up on
That's
it. Yeah. So because of that, tomorrow what we're going to be doing is like a superhero movie trivia, if you will. So anything related to any kind of recent or
Staple.
DC or Marvel films, just to kind of tie it all
Does it
back.
go back to the Superman of the 50s?
I was probably going to stop at Christopher Reeve's Superman,
well.
so
I think I was 30 when that came out.
79 to
Actually,
85.
I'm not that old.
We should do a Bottle
Just in
House
case it
trivia.
We should do a
night
Bottle
for
House.
Ryan.
That's good,
That would be
actually.
fun.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to have to maybe study up on my Bottle House trivia too,
Yeah.
or history too.
Well, you're here
And,
every
like stuff
weekend.
about
You
the
can,
staff.
yeah.
And,
Oh, okay, that's
yeah,
good.
that
Stuff
could be
about the
fun.
stat. Yeah,
or like,
no, I
what
like that.
night is the pool tournament?
That's
stuff
actually
like
pretty
that.
good. Yeah,
Except
we'll
me.
have to do that at some point.
everybody except me.
It's like a homework.
Except you.
I like to be a mystery.
There's going to be a whole round that's just about you.
Well, it's funny. I get people on here. Dude, we need to interview you. I said, I'm not going to tell you anything.
Yeah.
If I do, I'm going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you anything personal about me. I'm not here to be interviewed. I'm here to interview you guys.
I used to do that when I first started bartending. I would make up a bunch of stuff
Oh,
to a
yeah.
bunch of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Honestly, it can be kind of fun that way.
It is, but then I stayed at the same place for so
Yeah,
long,
yeah.
and I was like, oh no,
It's hard to keep this
just
together.
kidding. I'm none of those things actually.
Well, I've always, everybody kind of said there for a long time, I was like the enigma. Who was this guy sitting over here doing all
Yeah.
this crap?
His name's Dwayne, and that's about all we got.
All I want you to know. I like being the
You
mysterious
should be
guy
like,
that nobody knows.
you see
anything
him
about.
too.
Oh God, I really thought something
Well,
was going on.
the bottle house is haunted. You know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it is haunted, so I can be the ghost.
That's what I was
Trust me.
thinking it was.
Remember those nights I was working in here?
Yeah.
I had some weird.
Stools have flown off the table.
I'm serious. So I was in here when I was redoing the stage. That table where I
Yeah, I
was.
thought we were doing a bit. Okay, yeah, now I'm in.
My
No, this
table.
is real
Everything was
life.
up. Yeah, no. All the stools were up. And they weren't on the edge or anything. They were actually
Yeah.
on there. I'm up here working, all of a sudden, bam! A stool just flew off that freaking table and hit the ground.
That's yeah.
And it's like freaking 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It's loud when
Big Bubba was back there at the bar, probably snoring.
Yeah.
He was,
supervising.
Hard at work.
he was
boy.
helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Can't keep him out of the
Who
bathroom.
else is going to tell you? And it's like, you're like, no, you got to go a little more to the left or to the right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So
Like you almost had it.
Bubba actually has pictures that he's taken here with like orbs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's weird stuff, yeah.
Oh,
The bottle house is haunted. So y'all remember that. When you're in here stirring up crap, you don't have to worry about us. Ghost's going to whoop your ass.
exactly.
Yeah.
So you better keep it clean. Like I'm feeding back a little bit out there. Again, like I tell everybody. Now? Problem is I'm getting feedback.
Yeah.
Hello, testing. Oh, 1, 2, 3. I'm in a band, yeah. Lower.
Well, Jerry's our big.
This is actually the first time we've done this where we have it mic'd up, and but this is the first time we've done it with this being mic'd up out here. So,
Yeah.
and I've got like a 1940s PA. I've got a PA from like the 1940s. The PA is from like the 1940s, so it's almost as old as I am.
You've got the
Hey,
What's it called?
you guys keep talking. I'm gonna see if I can fix this.
1897.
Sega.
I'm gonna see if I can fix this.
Yeah. We're starting hot. We're starting strong.
In your ears.
But yeah, no. So excited for the trivia thing.
Yes, so excited. I'm gonna come play a couple rounds.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. So the way that I usually structure it out, I guess I can talk about that for anybody that might be interested in coming up or anything like that. So we'll do 6 rounds at 5 questions each, so total 30. And then it's essentially like the best way to describe it is the point tally system that I do is like a confidence points based kind of thing, if you will. So I'll give you the questions for the entire round, so you'll have all 5 in front of you, so you don't have to worry about, oh, maybe I'm spending my points in the wrong spot or anything like that. But
An educated.
Exactly. The higher the number that, that's where you would want to attribute what you feel more confident in answering correctly. If you're just golden across the board, then it's not that much of a worry. You just use all of the points total up, and then we'll go from there. But the way to keep it fun and for everybody to kind of stay in it all the way through, maybe you struggled in the opening couple rounds and then started coming back, but somebody was just kind of running all the way through with it. I do a final question kind of thing, think kind of like Jeopardy, kind of like Final Jeopardy, if you will. So the points that you've accumulated throughout the main game, you have that to wager, that to spend, right? And then usually that's like a list-based kind of question, so there will be multiple answers. You'll have to get, whatever I'm asking for out of that to get the win on that. We've had some good ones on the past games that I've done with that, so I'm always excited for what the kind of response is on those final questions.
Mm-hmm.
I did have to eventually tone it down a little bit though. I did go a little too nerdy for a little while with some of those.
Are you gonna give any hints?
I can give maybe one. I've kind of.
You don't have to.
I've
I'm
kind
just
of
asking.
I've kind of said something.
Tried to fix it
on this podcast already that might be kind of a key element to one of the questions tomorrow. But everybody's got to cycle through what we're saying to find out.
True. That's worse. That's not good. Okay.
All right. So every week I learn something new. Now I got to figure out. Yeah. Now I got to figure out if I'm going to mic up. Maybe we'll just use next time. Maybe we'll just use the. I'll plug into the Bottle House system.
Hey, there we go. Yeah.
I just had to find out how.
Good luck with that.
I got Rick.
There's 79 possible places.
Well,
where could it be?
Rick will explain it to me, but I still won't know.
Yeah.
Because he's going to get technical. Well, if you do this and do that and do this and do this, so Rick, just tell me where to plug in.
Yeah.
Tell me where to plug in. That's all I need to know.
Then there's the turning knobs and the volumes and the.
Yeah, that stuff I can work with.
Whatever.
I need to plug in. I don't know.
That's his version of the 20th Century Fox buyout and merger and all of that.
Exactly. You hear from Luna?
I did not, unfortunately.
I have not either.
All right.
But
She's in the wind.
Yeah.
She's slacking on us.
But I guess we can
she's
still.
okay.
Yeah. Hopefully she's all right. I know that she bartends also, so hopefully she just got called in to work or something like that. We're gonna go with that.
Yeah.
We'll go.
But I guess we can still plug what she's doing, at least
Absolutely.
here on that. So in addition to the trivia that I'll be hosting on Thursday nights, live here at Bottle House, Luna will also, DJ Moonbeam is how she goes, which I love that name. That's a pretty sick DJ
Me
name.
too.
Yeah.
Call my neighbor a moonbeam. She's so cute.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's kind of a
I've never met her. I've yet to meet
have you
her.
not? Yeah. I met her briefly Sunday night, which was her first show here.
She's great.
She's great. Yeah. No, yeah.
Well, you know what? I try to come in for those events, but quite honestly,
They start too late.
I'm more.
Yeah.
Me too. I was struggling so hard on Sunday.
But I have a notification on my phone that goes off at 9:30 that says
Mine too.
bedtime.
Do not disturb.
You're late.
Mine does too.
I had to turn
Only
it off on the
emergency
weekends.
calls.
It used to go off on the weekends, but I figured there's no point even having it on the weekends.
Mine,
No,
mine
same,
go-
same
mine-
here.
my notification for that goes on at about 7 in the morning, I think.
Dude,
Smart.
I mean, Friday and Saturday
Do
nights
not
are bad
disturb
enough for me.
24/7.
Yeah.
See, the problem I
I
have
wish.
on Friday and Saturday, so Friday, I'm up at 5:30,
Yeah.
work all day, go home, jump in the shower, take care of Zeus, get over here. I try to be here by like 7:30 to get everything set up,
Yeah.
meet the bands.
Yeah.
And then by the time I get home, it's 2, 3,
Yeah.
Yeah.
tend to stay a little bit longer.
Okay.
Well, then I wake up at 7 because once the sun comes up, my eyes are wide open.
Yeah.
And I was never a napper, so I can't go in and
Yeah.
take a nap. I try.
I'm really bad at it. too.
I've tried to go in there and take naps and lay there and go, well, maybe I'll turn the TV on and fall asleep.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But then I'll start watching
I
it.
can't do that. Yeah. I'd get too sucked in. Yeah.
No, the only difference is if I go home during the week and try to watch a movie,
Yeah.
it'll take me like a month to watch it because I make 10 minutes at a time.
Oh,
Then I'm
yeah.
out like a light. I'm literally sitting on the recliner with my hand down and I'm snoring.
See, movie would be the worst thing for me. So that's why there'll probably be plenty of like film-based kind of trivias that we'll have. I'm way too much of a movie nerd, so I get way too sucked in on this.
You're going to make me come in for some of this stuff, aren't you?
Dude, I'm just saying, man, it's gonna be a good time.
God.
You're gonna be up at 7 a.m.
Maybe I need to
regardless,
retire.
like you said.
That's
Yeah, but I have to work the next day.
Ah,
good
you're
argument.
fine.
I had to work Friday. And then Friday night I had to be
but
here.
only well, after Friday is Saturday, and you're
Yeah,
off on
exactly.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Well, this week.
It's perfect then.
So I was
Hold
telling
on,
everybody what's going on
people
this
out there-
Saturday.
Are people out
No
there
better
sleeping
time
more
than
than just
now.
one day a week? Like, I thought we got one.
Dude, I'm old. I'm old. When you get to my, you need sleep. Us old farts, we can't do that. Back in the day, I'd play till 2:30, 3 o'clock, get tore down, get home at 4 o'clock. I'd go to work at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Now, huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel that I can only imagine when I get there. I saw a notification or like a memory on my Facebook today of like, oh, it's my first shift of my double clopin. And I'm like, oh God, I don't think I could do that now. Double to a clopin to a double to another clopin, man.
Yeah.
I don't know who I was back then, but she
Okay.
ain't doing that now.
I got old when I turned 30 last year, I think.
Oh, dude.
Same.
I sound like
Kiss
a
my
nerd, don't I? I knew you were gonna say that.
Same
But-
thing with Ari. 30,
But that's how I
broke her
feel.
foot.
Yeah.
You know what?
Broke her foot.
First broken bone.
Done.
All of you, kiss my ass.
Yeah.
I got you.
4 years
I'm
ago.
double.
Dude, 4 years ago.
Yeah, but you're
I'd
used to
sleep
it. We're
1 month.
experiencing the oldness for the
Yeah.
first time.
We're
I
just
quit,
now getting
I
It's
quit doing this stuff
traumatizing.
when I was
I
great.
need you. I need. Help me,
It
Obi-Wan.
gets
You're
worse.
my only
It
hope.
gets worse. From here, it's all
That's
freaking
what I
downhill.
figured, yeah.
And the older you get, the steeper that freaking decline is.
Dwayne-
Trust me.
Dwayne, I experienced a hangover for the first time last year.
Oh,
It's the
dude.
worst thing.
If I
No,
smell a
I
beer, I
haven't
get
had one of
hangover.
those in a very long time.
Well, I haven't drank in.
have fun in heaven.
The last time I actually drank was not last New Year's Eve, the New Year's before. Now last summer I'd have like a daiquiri every now and then, but as far as
Daiquiri.
Daiquiri.
you were
That's
in here
your-
on a birthday or two of mine when I could barely stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I couldn't stand up.
See, you are an enigma for sure. Daiquiri, not the go-to cocktail of choice, I would think, for you.
Right.
What do you think?
You strike me as a Manhattan guy.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no. If I drink, it's Captain and Coke.
Captain and Coke.
Okay, there you go. Okay,
But
yeah.
occasionally a banana, dude. A
Okay, well,
banana,
now that's starting. Now the daiquiri thing's
a
making
banana
more sense.
daiquiri is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I don't need the liquor.
Yeah.
Just the banana daiquiri
Dude,
without
honestly,
the liquor. It's
just
awesome.
give me a banana, and then I'm good.
Just to eat a banana, man.
Yeah,
But to have it mixed up in a drink, it's freaking
Yeah,
awesome.
works,
I love it.
yeah.
Especially when you're
or
at
the
the beach.
banana bag, the next day when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like way over.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are killer.
There's something about being on the beach,
Yeah.
just sitting there at a beach bar or something, drinking a banana daiquiri, or even a strawberry daiquiri.
You guys want to go do that after we do this?
Oh,
I'll have
yeah.
some
See,
virgin pina coladas.
yeah.
they're trying to keep me awake all night.
Yeah, we'll arrive at the beach at
I'll
11
do that.
p.m.
I'll do that if you go to work with me tomorrow.
All right, let's do it, man. What time are we going?
No, we're all gonna quit and go to the beach.
Exactly. We're just going to go to the beach.
We're just going to retire.
And-
we're retired.
That sounds
and this
better.
is our
Hey guys, so this is officially the last show.
Yeah.
I'm now retired. We're just going to go hang out at the beach and be beach bums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we'll
we're
sleep
gonna
on the
go.
beach. What are they going to do? Throw us off?
The three of us would be crazy after like
I'd start drinking again.
15 hours of
yeah.
being like, we'd be like, well, God, we have to do something productive. I know the three of us well enough to.
15
No,
hours?
this is not
15
doing it.
hours?
Yeah, that was being
7 o'clock in the morning. Go, dude, I should be at work. I
Like,
wanna
dude,
start-"
this is
And then,
not working.
Then I have to have Zeus.
Yeah. See, there you go.
I got a big old fat pit bull. What do I got to feed him.
See now I'm learning more. Now I know you've got a pit bull. I didn't know that.
Oh,
Yeah,
a
the
lot of people
Enigma
have
thing.
pit bulls.
Enigma thing's falling down. I
We're
have,
friends on
I have a pit
Facebook.
bull as well.
Do you?
Yeah.
Really? Is it Zeus? So Zeus is a pit. Oh, what is it? What's the big ass dog?
Angel.
Mastiff.
Like a
He's a
Mastiff. Yeah,
pit
okay,
Mastiff
yeah.
mix.
Oh,
his head.
that's
His head's that big around.
Yeah, I'm
He
sure.
weighs 100 pounds, just a big old lug. But I tell you what, one of the sweetest dogs in the world.
Oh, yeah. Mine
Doesn't have a
too.
mean bone in his body. I would have to stick your arm in his mouth and squeeze his jaw
Yeah.
shut from the bite because he doesn't know how.
Yeah.
In fact, he goes out. My neighbors, his dogs, they come over and they just torment him. They grab him by the tail and drag him around. He just takes it.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
All right, guys,
As long
I
as
have to
feed him.
ditch you.
All right, she's going to work.
Gab.
Yeah, she's too cool for us.
Everybody say yeah. She's
Round
got
two.
to go actually make money.
Yeah, there we go.
Everybody say goodbye to Lexi. Lexi's going to go run the pool tournament.
Bye, Lexi. Thanks for hanging with us. I'll be over there to help her with that and
We're going to mute that one out.
nothing. Yeah.
But yeah. So and I felt bad because I told everybody Luna was coming in here.
Yeah.
Quite honestly,
yeah.
I'd rather look at
We
her
got
than you.
everybody excited. Yeah, no, I have a feeling that would probably be everybody's
Well,
take.
yeah. Then this place would fill up.
Yeah. Then we'll get going for sure.
So Luna, if you're out there and you're watching this, where are you at?
Yeah.
Because it's
Basically, we just bait and switched it, and everybody's
Yeah.
like, "We see Adam here every day."
that's what I did. I
already."
told everybody that she was coming just so
Yeah.
they'd watch, and it's only Adam.
It's just
I
me.
lied.
Yeah.
It's only Adam.
You were gonna see me regardless.
I just lied to you to get you to watch. So you get to look at two freaking dudes.
Exactly.
Sorry.
That's how it goes.
What can I say? Hey, we had Lexi up here.
Yeah. So you know what? That works.
Let me see. Well, Carissa's here now. Kim's here. We can actually. You know what? Has Carissa started yet?
On for her shift. Do you want to get her on?
We got to bring her up here for a
Yeah, we
minute.
can make that work.
Because the last time she hasn't been on here yet.
She has not, no, because she was either just about to be hired on or had like just started
Yeah.
training when we did the whole
Yeah.
staff one. Here,
Just
I'll
try
go grab her real
Yeah,
fast.
and then come
yeah.
back. Cool. So we're going to get Carissa up here. Carissa is one of our newest additions to the Bottle House family. She's been here, I want to say, 3 months. I think she saw us, Adam. She waved. Get your butt up here, Carissa. We're going to put you on the spot. We're going to get her up here. Kim's back behind the bar. Kim was on. Kim's actually got some stuff coming up here before too long. She's going to go jump off of skyscrapers or mountains or something like that, huh? Hanging by a rubber band. Daughter, enjoy that stuff when you're young because when you get older, I don't know if you get smarter or just stuff doesn't heal as good. All right, so Adam and Chris are walking back up here. And again, this is all live, so nothing is scripted with this crap. You all know that. I've told you that in the past. Hop on over beside me, girl, and put these headphones on.
All right, it's like a never
Pop
left.
those cans on. All right, can you hear us?
Yes,
Okay, your mic is live now.
live.
Hello, you got to get a little bit closer. It's a hot mic. Right there should work.
Okay.
Okay, we can hear you. So, Carissa's been with us for, what's it been, about 3-4 months now?
About 4 months.
Yeah. So she is one of the newest additions to the Bottle House family. Actually, last weekend was her first full night behind the bar. Usually she's out on the floor. Of course, what people don't understand, I think, about our servers here,
Yeah.
they're actually your bartenders too.
Yeah.
They don't go put an order in. They actually go back and make the drinks for you.
Yep.
So, because the two behind the bar,
Yeah.
they're concentrating on taking care of those people. So if you're here and you're dealing with one of the ladies on the floor, remember, and if you piss them off too bad, they can get really weak.
Yeah.
Or in my case, really strong.
Even just like a little bit for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I
enough.
was in here, last year and had a toothache.
Yeah.
And somebody said, dude, get a shot of whiskey and just put it in your mouth
Said
and
it
just
just
swirl it
like
around. Oh my God. I thought I was going to hurl.
The impression,
I didn't
yeah.
I didn't swallow it.
Yeah.
I was just trying to numb it. And I'm like, oh, this is horrendous. It was like straight Jack.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, oh God. I can't do that. So, Carissa,
Yeah.
how do you enjoy it here?
I love it here.
Do you?
It's amazing.
You sure?
Staff is great.
We're paying to
Regulars
say
are
that.
great. And I'm getting paid. Yeah, right.
And the bands are awesome because the guy that books them is just phenomenal and really knows what the hell he's doing.
Fans are great.
So what did you do before you came to the Bottle House?
I've always been a bartender. So just looking to expand on that, I guess.
There you go. She's a professional. Who's on here?
It was a really good fit too when we brought Carissa on. So Carissa and I have been friends for 4 years, 3 or 4 years.
About that.
We'll go with 3 or 4 years. That time works somewhere in there. We've technically worked together before, but not really entirely. So, it's great now that we finally get the opportunity to actually, share a bar together and things like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
It's the Bottle House family.
It's Bottle House family, Gotta keep it with the loved ones.
So, guys, Barbara Allen, better known as Bobby, just popped on. So she's the one. We had her kind of going away party here.
Okay,
It's been about a month ago. She just popped on and said she's watching too. So she's up in. Where are you, Bobby? You're in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, somewhere up there. She's up north, but she went back to spend time with her family and kind of, because she's getting older, her grandkids and so on and so forth. So she's on here watching too. So anyway, didn't mean to interrupt.
No, yeah, sure.
It's not Bottle House, it's Bottle Home.
That was.
Oh, trust me, it's got a lot of names.
It does.
But the good thing about this bar, it's like a little family bar. And we don't have any trouble. Yeah, we try to keep an eye on things to make sure nothing really stirs up.
Put a squash to anything that potentially goes wrong real fast.
Well, the key is you resolve it before it happens.
Yeah.
If you can take care of it before it happens. I mean, we've had a few issues here that we've had to.
Any on-site consumption place is going to have that.
It's
right?
You add alcohol to anybody, and I mean, I don't. I'm just the nicest guy in the world when I drink.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm usually out there leaning on the pole going, I just want to go home. That's what I did.
Why am I out here?
So,
no, but I agree. That's my favorite way to describe this bar. Actually, is it's very much just the neighborhood bar, right?
Yeah.
You'll know everybody that you see when you walk in, right?
It's the Brandon Cheers
kind of story. Yeah, exactly.
With live bands.
It's one of my favorite things too. Anytime somebody's walking in for the first time, like especially if it's earlier on in the night shift. So say like 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. or something like that. That'll be the one person that hasn't been here at least a few times a week, every week for the last few years. So they'll watch as I just am addressing every single person by name or something like that, and they're like, "Oh, what? Okay." Is there a private thing going on? And it's like, no, we just don't really know each other. Hey, you're gonna be there in a week, pal.
I try and everybody introduce herself, but my memory sucks.
Yeah.
In fact, I've got about 5 or 6 people at least that always come to me and call me Russ.
Oh, really?
I say, hey, Russ, how's it going? I keep telling them, not Russ. Well, who's Russ? I said, you won't see him.
Yeah, probably not.
Russ is smart enough, like Russ says, he doesn't need to be here at
5
Micromanager.
minutes or so every blue moon.
And it's usually before everybody gets here.
Yeah.
So if you want to see Russ, you might catch him, between 4 and 6.
Yeah.
He was here a little bit earlier.
He was here for a little while earlier.
Yeah, chat a little bit.
Yeah, I talked to him for a rock solid 2 minutes. It was one of our longest conversations. I think.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who saw the interview because I guess a lot of people did the interview with Russ and I.
Yeah. Oh,
and I don't know if they were just assuming I was Russ and he was.
It was just going back and forth. Yeah.
But he's actually better looking than me.
Yeah, by a long shot. No offense to him. Yeah.
Dude, your trivia sucks.
Get off.
Your trivia sucks. I'm actually pushing for a little bit of a bonus. That's why I said that.
Yeah. No, dude, I'm with it.
So, Russ, if you're listening, okay, you're better looking than me. Bonus time.
See, that's how it works.
For all this hard work that I put in. Hey, I work hard here.
You do.
Actually, most of the stuff I don't even do here. It's at home when I'm booking and dealing with.
Yeah.
Dealing with musicians is like having an infant. They're great guys, love them all to death, but they'll, we need to cancel. Can you switch this day? Can you do this? Can you do that? I'm like, oh, dude, come on. I know Adam knows here not too long ago, and it was no fault of their own. We had a band call and cancel at 12 o'clock on a Saturday?
About 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, somewhere in there.
On that day.
Yeah.
Now, it was, great guys, and I understand that what the drummer actually hurt his back really bad. Couldn't play.
Yeah. It was like a freak accident kind of thing. There was nothing they could do about it, and they were pragmatic about it. When I was talking with them on the phone, they were like, "Yeah, we could come in and do an acoustic set, or we could try to find another drummer." And I was like, "Or if you guys just want to find another band," and I was like, "Yeah, man, on like 9 hours, no, we'll look it up." The acoustic set option I thought was at least pragmatic on their idea, a good idea. I feel like the setup of this bar and what everyone's used to, though, it might have
Doesn't go over well on a Friday or
Freaks
Saturday.
people out a little bit. Yeah.
So Adam messages me and said, "Hey, here's the deal. They canceled. What do you want to do? Should we just tell everybody no band?" I said, "No.
Yeah.
Give me some time.
Just going back and forth.
Give me some time."
3 hours.
I spent 2.5 hours on the phone,
Yeah.
and I came up with a band.
Yeah.
And we still had a band that night. But it's that kind of stuff happens in this business. Sometimes bands cancel, accidents happen, people get sick.
And that kind of worked to our advantage too, because I know that band was I'm blanking on the name of them right now, but I know there was one you were trying to get for the future. So to be able to bring them in early and get them set up, man. I mean, that worked out. Obviously,
Yeah, I mean,
don't
it
want
pushed
that
them.
to be the situation, but helps that band out.
It pushed them because they've got to hurry up and scurry and get in here and get set up to play that night. But they did great. They came in, they set up, they played. They did fantastic.
Yeah.
I owe them one.
Yeah.
So if y'all
those
haven't
good
noticed, Carissa's quiet.
I'm not quiet.
You're always quiet. You're kind of like the little quiet, sweet girl that walks around here, unlike the rest of us. We're all loudmouth, and she's here taking care of you. And like I said, so last Saturday, her first official night behind the bar all night long.
Yeah.
So what do you prefer? Do you prefer being on the floor or behind the bar?
I prefer the bar, but I love doing both.
Well, the good thing is here we switch it up.
Exactly.
Yeah. So except for the guys, we don't put the guys out serving because
I'm not doing it.
nobody's going to order from them. They're going to go, hey, send a good looking girl over here.
Yeah.
Dude, come on, we don't
It's
really
not
want you over
gonna
here
be
taking care of us. But we do switch. So your waitress might be on, and I don't want to say waitress, server. Your server might be on the bar one night and on the floor the other night. There is no specific bartender except for Adam because he's special.
Yep.
He is
Because
special.
he's Mr. Trivia now, so he's special.
And it's because my knees don't work. You
But,
don't want me.
yeah, true. Well, the good thing with you,
Please.
the good thing with you, at least I'd see you. When Jenna's on the floor, I keep telling her we need to put one of those bike flags on her, because she just disappears in the crowd.
You'll know where I'm at.
Yeah.
That is one thing that I struggle with anytime I need to find the server on a Friday or Saturday night when I'm behind the bar. Like, let's say somebody's trying to double order, or somebody's I've got a question on a tab or something. I cannot find for the life of me. Jenna, Carissa to an extent too. When Truly was here too, I was struggling to find her for a while.
I know, but Jenna,
Yeah.
like I said, literally we had to put one of those bike flags on her when she's
Yeah,
walking around here.
yeah.
Because she just disappears. Everybody says, "Where's Jenna?" I said, "Well, she could be standing right next to you."
Quite the
And you would never know.
yeah, quite the hilarious disparity whenever her and I are behind the bar together, which is quite a bit. It's,
Oh, yeah.
It's a noticeable.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Jenna is a sweetheart. So we actually have one of our young ladies that had a little accident here not too long ago. Miss Airy, who we all know and love, had a little mishap, and she broke her ankle.
Silly goober head.
She broke her foot making a hot dog.
She broke her foot making a hot dog. Now,
which sounds like a lie, but it is
Like
not.
2 days before 4th of July.
Yeah. That
So-
was rough.
Airy, we love you, but you broke your foot making a hot dog.
Goober.
You got to explain that to me when I see you, because I just I'm back there a lot. I'm around that hot dog machine a lot because the coffee pot's there.
Yeah.
And I've never had an instance where I came close to breaking my foot.
I think you and I are the only ones that use that coffee machine, by the way.
You the one? Do you drink my coffee?
No. I use I know yours is the Folgers one.
Yeah, I have to bring my own coffee because the coffee we have here it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's just I'm a creature of habit.
Yeah.
And I got to have a particular coffee. If somebody mixes up my coffee,
Yeah.
I don't drink coffee out. I want coffee from my house that I made
Yeah.
because I make it a particular way. So, yeah, I'm not a coffee snob by any stretch of
part of it.
imagination, because you'll never see me in a Starbucks or something like that. Never.
Yeah.
Never going to happen.
Yeah.
But I just like Folgers, medium,
Yeah.
with a little bit of sweet and low,
Yeah.
and powdered creamer. No, I don't like that liquid creamer. I like powdered creamer.
I wince every time I watch you put powdered creamer
Me too.
into the coffee.
That's the way it's-
Yeah.
I grew up
Stuff's
that way.
gross.
Well, why is it gross?
The liquid creamer is gold.
Yeah, but the problem is the liquid creamer, it cools down your coffee. So when you put cold creamer in, because you got to keep the creamer in the refrigerator, when you put it in, it cools down the coffee.
That's why I'll just drink it black and chew some coffee
Oh,
grinds
you know
while I'm at it.
I can't drink.
I mainline
I can't do black coffee.
I mainline caffeine. Man.
I mean, I can do it without creamer, but I can't do black coffee. I
Yeah,
never
yeah,
could.
Yeah.
I got to have a little bit of sweet. And one of the reasons in fact, when I use powdered creamer, I like the generic shit,
Yeah.
because the fancy stuff, it actually makes my coffee too sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just like that generic creamer, and I think it's more just habit than anything.
Yeah.
I could probably drink it without creamer, and
Yeah.
no big deal. But again, being
Yeah.
one of those guys where I'm
Yeah.
kind of, I have my
Yeah,
my
set
little
your
quirks, and
ways.
I'm setting
Yeah.
my ways. I got to have my Folgers medium with a little bit of sweet and low and cheap powdered creamer.
It's the best part of waking up.
Yeah,
Folgers in your cup. Anyway.
exactly. Well, there's a reason that. Yeah, there's a reason.
Y'all,
right?
y'all want to do company slogan trivia?
You can actually do coffee. You can do coffee trivia night.
Yeah, there we go.
Remember, even back in the day, my mother drank Maxwell House.
Oh, yeah.
Maxwell House, the blue can. I remember that.
What my
Literally can.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kind.
It's what my grandfather drinks because they make an instant coffee version of that, and he drinks that, and it's
My grandfather passed away in '91.
Yeah.
He only drank instant coffee.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember as a kid, he'd have his little coffee with a little,
Yeah.
the little, what's those plate things they put on the cups? You know, you got your cup and the plate thing.
yeah, I know what you're talking. Yeah, I'm blanking on the term. But
And he would always he put the coffee in and he put the creamer in and it actually overflowed every time. You
Yeah.
know, I remember as a kid watching my grandfather make his
Yeah.
instant coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
And I think it was it Folgers or Maxwell House instant coffee? And
Yeah.
I've tried instant coffee now and
yeah, it's the worst. My
Oh.
my grandfather is Maxwell House instant coffee, and when I asked him about it, he was like, "Oh, well, it's it's what I drink in Vietnam." And I was like, Grandpa, that war ended a while ago. You've been outside of Vietnam for a while. You can have
Yeah.
better coffee.
yeah, my father didn't get much coffee when he was in Vietnam.
Oh, yeah, I guess maybe that was just my grandpa's group.
I mean, he was lucky to get a ball of rice every now and
yeah,
then.
there you go.
Well, you saw the pod. My father was a POW. He was McPhee's hog, and he was a POW for quite a few years. So,
Yeah.
he didn't get coffee.
They didn't,
Yeah, they didn't give him coffee.
Yeah.
I can say he's lucky if he got a little ball of rice once a day.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure he would have drank instant coffee.
Yeah. Maybe that's what makes that taste so good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember when he got back, he craved salt. Everything had to have salt in it because he went so long without salt.
I guess that's.
But then it got to the point as he got older, we had to cut the salt out of everything.
Yeah.
See, I don't like a lot of salt.
Actually, that's a really good point. That
Yeah.
every other country except for America is not really.
I don't like a lot of salt. I don't
can't
eat a lot of
stand
salt.
it. I can't stand it.
In fact,
Yeah.
if I go to a restaurant and something's too salty, which a lot of times it is,
No.
I just
Yeah.
can't eat it.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a restaurant down in Ruskin, and I love, hey, I'm a Southern boy. I grew up meatloaf, gravy,
Yeah.
and I figured I'd go there because, I don't have to make meatloaf. I went in there and it was so damn salty I couldn't eat it.
Oh,
And I think it was the gravy. They just made the gravy so salty. I can't eat this. Now, a buddy of mine,
Yeah.
Mike, he comes in here every now and then, a little short guy.
Yo, yeah.
If you ever see,
Love that
you're on
guy.
his Facebook page, his eggs, he always takes a picture, or literally you cannot see them because they're covered with pepper.
Oh,
I mean, literally covered.
Yeah.
Covered. You can't see the eggs. It's
See,
just all pepper.
I will say I understand that one. I love spice. Don't
Well, I
love pepper.
I like pepper, but no, I'm serious. It's that thick on his eggs. You can't see his eggs.
crazy.
In fact, if I had, I'd bring up the picture, but who knows? I'll have to scroll and find one.
That guy cracks me up so much because he'll come in every single time when he talks to me, and he'll every time he grabs a beer from me, he'll tell me he's got a new joke for me, and I definitely hear the same joke like 4 times from him. He'll tell me the exact
I
same.
think you're
joke.
talking. Are you talking about Rob?
No, Mike,
Blonde hair guy?
right? Mikey,
Mike
right?
Cole, little short guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a big bushy beard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He always walks up to me. He's like, "I got a new one for you," and then I'm like, "You told me this last week, but you know what? This is funny."
Some of his jokes can be a little bit off color.
It's very endearing in a way.
So some of his jokes can be a little bit off color.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing Luna's not going to show up.
Yeah, I've got.
I think we're going to have to look for. I'm going to have to look for a new girl because she didn't come in and support the D.
Luna, you didn't come to the podcast. You're fired.
Yeah, you're fired. You didn't come to the podcast. You're fired. You're fired.
No,
He's fired.
I'm just kidding. But call me.
John Genero just popped on. No coffee, only fireworks, and Guinness.
always the Guinness.
Yeah, hey, John was in here, and I actually had my stuff, and I'm going to get on you about this, Mr. John. And I love the guy, but he almost knocked my tripod over because he went rolling over and his foot got caught in my tripod, and all my stuff went flying everywhere. So I got camera views, looking up at the ceiling and everything else. It took me like 5 minutes to get everything reset. I'm very protective of my little spot there.
You should be.
Well, yeah. I mean, truth. Normally, I strap everything to the table, and I did that night, fortunately, because if not, it would have went falling over. I actually got a new tripod. That's a brand new tripod. That's like a freaking heavy-duty
That one
tripod.
right there?
So yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, no,
Knock that over.
Yeah, that tripod's intense, man.
And I'm still going to strap to the table. but I can get higher.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
like I said, so last weekend on Saturday night.
See every crevice in this bar.
Well, last Saturday, I'm working on something. I actually had a camera mounted right there in front of the stage.
Yeah, you were telling me
So I
about
could
that.
zoom
Yeah.
down. I'm trying to work. I need to get a longer cord so I can get back here, but
Yeah.
I can only go so long before I start losing signal. But I want to get the camera right back here, so I'm looking down at the kit and I can look out at the audience because I geek out. I mean, I'm truthfully, I don't know anything about this crap.
Yeah.
But I do kind of geek out on
Yeah,
it. I
you
try to figure out
sound
new
like
ways of
you
doing stuff. Well, trust me, that's really deceiving. But I just like figuring out, okay, well, this would be cool.
Yeah.
If I
yeah,
put a
yeah.
camera here, that'd be pretty cool.
No, that'd be great, actually.
And I've tried the wireless. I tried to get a wireless PTZ camera. It sucked. It's like 5 minutes. I'd lose connection.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
I threw that thing away. Actually, I sent it back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find one because I had to get everything wireless. Because remember, everything I do, I'm running on battery backup, so I don't have power over there.
Oh, yeah.
Although, I got those little hooks that I'm hanging stuff by. I think I might be able to get an extension cord over and drop down there. Maybe I'll try that. I almost had to paint it black so it disappears.
There we go. Yeah.
You see those little magnetic hooks?
Yeah.
See, so right over here is where I had the camera, kind of center stage.
Yeah, that'd be-
And it was pointing down on the drummer. And I told it was I had Blackthorn Rose here,
Yeah.
and I told her, I said, I'm not trying to get a down your shirt shot. She said, I got a tight shirt on tonight.
Make sure
anyway."
you stand in one specific spot.
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys, up here, I really don't want to see down your shirt.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just don't want to see it. Now, there's a couple bands in here. No, I won't go there. It's a family show. Keep telling everybody, it's a family show.
21 and up only.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had people on here. Can I cuss?
yeah.
Well, you've been cussing like 10 minutes on here. Now
Yeah.
you ask me?
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah, now-
I had Sobriety X on.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of, it goes without saying. Can you
Yeah.
cuss? Well, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Actually, on YouTube, I have it set up so it's 18 over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So,
so no
Smart.
kids. No kids allowed.
yeah.
No kids allowed.
All right. So she's not coming. So what do you think? Anything else with your trivia coming up, Adam? You want to talk about?
No, I mean I think that's pretty much it for the most part. So yeah, we'll theme it each week, and again, typically something related to what's kind of going on in the world, something that would
Cool.
be something that would be on people's minds, right? So that's why we're doing the superhero film trivia to celebrate the release. Man, I really hope Superman's good. It's setting in for me now.
You're geeking again on me.
I'm geeking, and I'm just gonna do it for a second, and I want everybody.
Go ahead, geek away, dude.
So now that we're sitting here, one day away technically. So early release shows start tomorrow. Now it's like really settling in for me. I can't do this. I can't do this again.
You guys can't
Bad
see this. He's
Superman
sweating.
movie.
He's
Dude,
sweating.
I'm panicking, man. Can't do it. The DCEU ones were terrible. I get it. Everybody loves Henry Cavill but me. Those movies were awful.
Hey, I wasn't a big fan.
Yeah, Man of Steel in 2006 was I think Brandon on my write up that was just like Superman the movie and Superman 2 specific, and I was like, this is too much. I need to tone it back.
Your questions are too hard.
Nah, they're not.
They're supposed to
bad.
be.
They're not that bad. Yeah, but we want to
different.
make sure that we're challenging them all with that.
Right.
But anyway,
Challenge their mind as well as their body.
go see Superman 2025 and then come to trivia. So that's what we're doing with that.
There you go.
But obviously upcoming things too. Football's about to be back in full swing. I've done football trivia before. I absolutely love doing that one. I played football for most all of my life. So that's always a fun one to do. We'll have other big movies that'll, probably push to a genre specific, right, or things like that. But we'll have plenty going on. We'll throw some general ones here and there too to, kind of tie that over together.
Cool.
I just always love writing these out, just being the dork that I am.
You are really nerding out on it.
Raised by two college professors, so I think I just weirdly love writing tests.
I never realized Adam was such. I never realized Adam was
Dude,
such a nerd.
again, man,
always
I
been a nerd.
try real hard to come off cool, and I'm a one. Is what it
So
is.
when anything happens in here, and I'm
If
looking
you
back
guys-
at Adam for backup, man,
Yeah.
I might have to rethink that.
But yeah, maybe it's like, oh, this guy's gonna
Okay, he's gonna come over here and talk to you about
Yeah,
Superman.
he's gonna say that he's
You don't
real
straighten out.
disappointed,
Yeah.
and then he's gonna ask you what your opinion is
If you don't
on
stop,
the new Star Wars show.
if you don't stop, you're gonna have to listen to Superman stories for the next
Yeah.
15 minutes. That's gonna be your punishment.
can go on and on and on. Too. That might actually be.
Don't
a good
get him
threat.
started.
Yeah, we'll turn this whole podcast into just
Don't do it.
us
Don't
talking
do it.
about Superman.
Maybe we need to start a new podcast. Did you ever watch?
Do it, man. I'm
Oh,
down.
what was it?
Nerd Corner with Dwayne and Adam.
Yeah. It was that show with oh shit, Tim Allen.
Home Improvement.
No, the one after that.
The one
That's the one
after
I was
that?
thinking
Oh,
of.
freaking! I know what you're. Oh my! So Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing. Remember
I
towards
don't
the
know
end.
how I pulled that. I've never
That
was
seen an
impressive.
episode.
That was
of
impressive. Yeah.
Towards the end, Ryan and Kyle
Yeah.
started that podcast. And they were like it was like a nerd podcast.
Oh, yeah.
It was the Rye
Yeah.
Rye, the sci-fi guy, and Kyle. They
See,
did that podcast. So we could do like a geek podcast.
Dude, I'm down with that. That's like.
See, but I don't know nothing
That's
about
also
that.
most of what I listen to, by the way. My
I do all the time.
Yeah, my fiance came home the other day and she was just like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm listening to a podcast about Star Wars: A New Hope, a movie that came out in 1977 that I've seen 500 times."
I mean, I watch Joe Rogan a lot, but you
Yeah.
know, I'm always researching MacVSog and my father and
Yeah.
so on and so forth. So I watch a lot of that. But when I'm on the road,
can't
it's
do-
rare
I
to listen to
can't do
music.
that.
I do podcasts.
Can't do the Rogan ones, man.
It depends on who it is.
Can't stand it.
If it's a good guest,
I suffered. I'll tell you what, though. I suffered through 3.5 hours of one of his podcasts about a month ago. He had Aaron Rodgers on.
I think I watched about 20 minutes of that one.
Okay, I watched all 3.5 hours, and my brother.
That's a lot.
So, if you guys don't know anything about me, I am. I like to think Aaron Rodgers' biggest hater, and like to the point
It's
where
true.
like I follow like.
So when you see
everything that
discount
he's
double
doing.
check, you just like,
Oh, dude, I'll never get my car insured by State Farm. Them for that.
He's not kidding. He's not kidding.
But like, I have such a hate for this guy that like I follow all this. Like I'm just waiting.
And you
for
watch it
something
just
to
for him to screw up.
Dude, all 3.5 hours. Oh, I didn't. I didn't think it was going to be a screw up. I was just like, I just got to hear the batshit crazy. By the way, they talked about football for maybe 5 minutes
Yeah.
of that podcast.
yeah. Like I said, I think I saw about 20 minutes of it.
Good God, it's so rough, man. Like even Aaron Rodgers was saying things that like Joe Rogan was just like, all right, now that sounds kind of crazy. Like if you're getting Joe Rogan to be like, all right, I don't know if I believe that, like,
You know, some of the ones I've watched were Jelly Roll. He was on there.
yeah,
It was a great interview.
yeah,
Who else? Kid Rock did a great interview.
yeah.
Because, you know, these guys, and everybody thinks of them as in their
Yeah,
role.
yeah.
But actually getting them on there and talking to them like people, they're actually very
Yeah.
intelligent. Especially Jelly Roll, it was a great interview. So I don't watch a lot of
A
it.
good interview.
I
yeah.
just, you know, specifically, I'll find somebody on there that I
the
want to
person-
watch.
The person on there, yeah, I've got a few podcasts that I do that, but typically for the most part, most of them,
You're a Rogan hater, aren't you?
not a Rogan.
You know, his reach goes out
just
pretty
don't.
far and wide. You better watch that.
Joe Rogan, come on our podcast, you coward.
And if a certain ex quarterback shows up at the Bottle House bar to whoop
Dude.
your ass because you hate him so much,
I want it. So
I'll have to be here.
this
for
is
that.
what I train for.
You hear that, Aaron Rodgers?
Meet Aaron Rodgers.
hear that, Aaron Rodgers? That's a challenge. We want to see your ass at the Bottle House bar.
Come fight me, you cow. Oh, hey.
Adam
wait.
put out a challenge.
Oh, okay. Wait, we definitely said 7 p.m., right?
I started at 7,
Yeah.
and I was up here stalling for like 20 minutes by
Swerve said
myself.
7. So I guess she thought we were taping at 9.
9 o'clock. I'll be in bed.
Yeah. He was. He was born in 1886.
1887. Come on, give me a break.
Yeah.
So Luna thought we were going on later.
Okay. Yeah.
So she doesn't know the
Luna,
podcast starts
Luna,
at
if
7
you're
every
watching,
week.
sorry about that.
So yeah, because usually I'm in bed.
That
by
could
then.
have been
I mean, it
on
won't be
us.
tonight,
That
'cause-
could have been on us. Now I'm looking. Oh God, I'm gonna feel so bad.
No. Uh-oh. But don't add that to the trivia question.
You know what? I have too many text messages to look at it.
Exactly.
Don't worry, I'm not popular. They're all
Well, that can be part of your trivia. What
Like-
time does the Dirt with D start?
like fundraising texts. Yeah, what time
That's a
is it?
great trivia question. How many texts,
Dude,
unopened texts
Luna-
does Adam have?
Oh no, dude, I'm not like that.
Mine is how
I
many?
got 0. I got 0.
Mine is how
I'll
many
look at
open-
them right away, and then I'll probably ignore them.
Oh
I'm
my.
really bad at responding for that reason.
Me too.
Mine's horrendous. Mine is how many open web browsers do I have?
Oh, dude, I'm pretty bad
I always
about that
forget
too.
Oh, open
I probably
tabs.
have like
I'm gonna
30.
say 70.
I have at least 30.
I've
now and
usually
again,
I've usually got at least about 30 going up because again, like if we're talking about how much of a dork I am, I will just randomly start like deep diving way too much into something, and all of a sudden I'll just have way too many tabs open. It happened yesterday here. Yesterday, so I was working the day shift, got done, sat down next to a couple of my friends because I was just going to start typing out the trivia for tomorrow, and I knew if I went home, I was just going to pass out and probably not get around to it. So I was like, oh, I've got a great idea. I'm going to sit at a bar with a bunch of people who know me. I didn't get very far.
Great idea.
However, Kim started talking about a movie. Like, I cannot remember for the life of me what that movie was named now. But she said that it was a Netflix original movie, and I gave my take on Netflix and like their original product. It's been years now. I'm still convinced that Netflix is a money laundering scheme or something. Like, I don't know how they are backing their financials for all of these. So anyway, because I just made that reference point, all of a sudden I was locked into my laptop for 45 minutes trying to find
He was
all
going
of
deep.
the Oh yeah.
He was hitting the dark web.
And by the way, if anything, I'm exposing them soon, man. I'm getting close.
Netflix expose.
You know, I don't watch much Netflix.
I don't
I
either.
have it, but I don't watch much
I
because they don't put anything new on.
I watched House of Cards when that came out in 2010.
Great show.
I mean, Hulu has always been my go-to.
Yeah,
And of course, now they're tied in with Disney. I'm kind of upset with.
Yeah,
them,
I'm an
so I have
H-
to have Disney.
I'm an HBO Max guy.
Yeah. I don't want to get into that.
I don't think
I
there-
do
I
Tubi.
don't think there's a bad thing on HBO.
I do Hulu and Tubi because Tubi has all the old shit on.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I actually, what was it? Not too long ago, I was watching. You know, at one point they had like Baba Black Sheep on.
Yeah.
And I'll just freaking veg out on that shit like on a weekend if I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
Which that was months and months ago because now.
Like the nursery
just-
rhyme.
No, Baba Black Sheep.
Yeah.
About World War II.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay. Yeah, sorry.
The nursery rhyme. No.
I was like, you just watched
There was,
that?
and there was
over
something
and-
else. The old UFO series from the 1960s.
Oh, okay,
I watched
yeah,
that. So I'll go back and watch that because, you know, it's kind
See,
of
that actually sounds
kind of retrospective for me. You know, I
Yeah,
go back
yeah.
and watch some of that old stuff.
Yeah.
And they got old movies. But that, you know, I have to have Disney because Hulu, because they're tied together
Yeah.
now. So
I have
yeah,
to I have to have Disney because I don't know if you guys know this about me. I'm a kind of a Star Wars fan. Kind of.
And that's all. Yeah.
Kind of.
Just kind of. Don't look at my right arm. Anyway,
I like Star Wars.
my right arm is
Right.
entirely a Star Wars tattoo sleeve.
You and Gary Shutt need to get together because he's like a mega Star Wars geek.
dude, just let's have him on. Anyway,
was on
welcome
it.
to the pod, Gary.
He's actually our Thursday night coming up the end of the month when he's taking over for you one night.
Oh yeah, wait, am I getting fired?
You know, the fourth Thursday of every month, we always have the band.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah.
Gives you a little break.
Throw it off. Yeah, absolutely. But because of the fact that all of the Star Wars movies are there now and they're doing so many shows. Again, I'm just a very casual fan of Star Wars.
Dude, I saw
Don't
the
walk
original
into my
Star
house
Wars
or
in the
look at my-
theater before you were
Dude,
born.
yeah, no, I'm so envious of that.
I was there. I actually saw 1977 Star Wars
So-
at the movie theater.
so the-
I was 11 years old.
Yeah.
God,
Hey,
that
there you
makes
go.
me old. Shit.
The
Do the math.
Phantom Menace was mine that I saw in theaters. So it was 99. So I was like 4.
See, I gave up after the third one. I thought it'd be over. I didn't think they'd come out with new stuff.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden they're coming up with these new
That's
ones,
the,
and yeah,
that's the beauty of
the
Star
second
Wars.
version or the second whatever, the second trilogy.
Yeah,
eh,
like we didn't know what George Lucas was doing in '77. The fact that he had all this thought out and he was trying to get to this point where he could tell this. God,
You know, originally it wasn't
can't-
Star Wars
you got it.
Episode 4. It was
yeah,
just
yeah, it was
Star
just
Wars.
called Star Wars. Yeah. I
And
don't
all of a
really
sudden-
like calling it A New Hope for that reason.
All of a
but
sudden,
yeah.
that happens after this, and that really screwed up my mind. So
Yeah.
we're going back in time to see this, and now
Yeah.
it's going. Oh God, don't
Works
fry
for
my
me.
mind.
Yeah.
And now
yeah,
there's more
no,
coming out.
That was my first one in theaters. But my dad took me. So my dad is the one who got me into Star Wars. Right. My dad was a huge Star Wars fan. Saw the movies in theaters when he was a kid. My dad was born in '70, so
God, your dad's younger than me.
yeah. Sorry, pal. Yeah. So he was 7 when A New Hope came out.
was
And
black.
I just remember because again, me being like 4.5 going on 5. I walk out of Phantom Menace being like, "Oh my God, Dad, that was the greatest movie ever made."
Well,
and I think about this routinely now, where I'm like, man, my poor father waited 16 years for a new Star Wars film. Return of the Jedi comes out in 1983. Phantom Menace comes out in 1999. My dad waited 16 years just to hear his little 4-year-old son who doesn't know what the fuck was.
Special effects like now.
Yeah.
And you go see some Star Wars,
Oh,
like, oh my
yeah.
God, this is amazing.
Dude, that's
I mean, that was like cutting edge shit.
yeah.
back then.
I mean, that's one of the best things about that movie in a way. I mean, like if you go back and watch that, like even the original kind of production before everything that goes through on the editing and everything like that, like you never saw a shot, and I don't even think they can encapsulate it in most other movies today. Like you've never seen a shot that makes you feel like you're in space.
No, and there was no AI in it. They didn't have all this stuff.
That's
Yeah.
what's incredible about that. Like just from the opening scene, I say I'm doing it again. I'm nerding out again.
Nerd.
Anyway, the opening scene there in that like the way that shot rolls in under the Star Destroyer while it's hailing Tantive 4, right? It's so amazing.
That is a dude
that
with
they
a
can roll that.
camera rolling that thing down
Yeah.
there.
And I mean,
when they
launched
blow it up.
launched one of the biggest like special effects companies today.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that movie started that whole thing, and I think without their work, that's a wildly.
And you see stuff blowing up, these little miniatures, they're blowing up.
Yeah.
There was no,
There's not. Yeah.
there was no AI, there was no, nothing was computerized.
Yeah.
They were literally in there just blowing shit up, having a
Yeah.
great time.
Yeah.
And those guys, they started one of the,
There's a really
all
interesting.
new.
There's a really interesting documentary. If you love
saw it.
filmmaking in any kind of way, like if you love film or if you love filmmaking in any kind of way, there is a documentary on Disney Plus about that ING studio that did all of the special effects work that basically like through Star Wars 1977 being made. Like George Lucas essentially propelled that company through. And if you care even a little bit about movie and film and why we see what we see in movies, I highly recommend that. Blanking on the documentary title, but if you search ING in
you search nerd
Disney
documentary.
Plus. Yeah. If you like stuff that loser Adam watches.
Exactly.
Poor Carissa's probably sitting there going, God, why they bring
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna have to let you
nerd
guys figure it
shit.
out. I think I have to go work.
Unfortunately,
Do my job.
like we said, she's been my friend for 4 years, so she's unfortunately been through this.
I've heard all of
weaving.
this
Yeah.
multiple times.
So speaking of which, Carissa, anything you have coming up that you want anybody to know about?
I'm going to California next month.
Going to California? That's a Led Zeppelin song. Again, I know, I'm old.
Oh, stop it.
You going to California? How long?
I am. 3 days.
3 days. I've
Just to
been
get
there.
away.
Have you been there before?
I have.
I
4
went.
times.
I went there. I couldn't wait to leave.
I don't think I'm going to want to come back.
Of course, I was in. So when I lived in Arizona, and my ex-wife decided she wanted to go to California for vacation. Well, first of all, I just had knee surgery like a month before that.
Yeah.
So I got this big wonky thing on my leg. So she decided. So she finds a hotel, like a mile from Disney. Well, a mile from Disney, you know what that is? It's the ghetto.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So then, she wanted to go to all these amusement parks. So like every 4 days, my knee's that big around.
Oh yeah. You
You
don't
see
want to
that,
walk. Yeah.
The worst one was the zoo. Went to the San Diego Zoo.
Yeah, traveling on that even is
The
just
front of the zoo, the front of the San Diego Zoo is nice and flat. You get towards the back.
San Diego's friggin' cool. I gotta
Yes,
be
I
honest.
like San Diego.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love San Diego.
Yeah.
Now, being up near Hollywood and all that stuff,
Yeah.
LA, never want to go back.
Yeah.
In fact, the best thing about my vacation was seeing the "Welcome Back to Arizona" sign on the way home. It's just traffic sucked, no matter what time of day it was.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, the good thing was I found a restaurant chain out there that I fell in love with.
That's
Claim
good.
Jumpers. You ever heard of Claim Jumpers?
No.
It's a steakhouse, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, for
We
a
gotta
chain
go.
restaurant.
We'll take the podcast on the road. Go to this
Yeah.
restaurant.
Maybe if we say we want to come out and do a podcast from your location, they'll fly us out there. and
Yeah,
get free
hey,
food.
yeah.
Yeah, then again,
We're looking
maybe-
for
maybe not.
sponsorships.
Yeah. Who are you again?
Yeah.
The dirt. Well, what?
Who? Yeah.
D what? Said that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'll just take you guys with me.
Just go to Claim Jumpers and bring me some carryout.
What part? What part are you going?
LA.
Are you going? Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, that's. I couldn't wait to get.
I
away
was
from
I was gonna see if it was saying I only know things about San Diego.
it. When we spent a couple days down there, and I liked it.
Yeah.
Of course, we did Knott's Berry Farm and Disney and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And I was like, I just want to get away from here. But the time in San Diego was probably the most enjoyable.
Yeah,
And then-
I stared at the statue of Tony Gwynn for like 10 hours or something like that. I was like, God, he was so good. That man hit balls so good.
He stared at the statue for 10 hours. He's a Star Wars geek. He knows more about the MCU universe than whoever MCU is.
Yeah.
He's a nerd.
He knows more about
And
it
he
a lot.
loves-
Just
and
have a conversation
loves-
with him for 5
And
minutes.
he loves baseball so much, he's just staring at Tony Gwynn. I'm not even a Padres fan. I was just like, Tony Gwynn, you were so good.
And he called Aaron Rodgers out. Again, you hear that, Aaron Rodgers, because I know he's going to watch this.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, you know.
Totally going to see this.
Yeah, right.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers going to say again, the dirt with what?
Such a
Yeah. So Aaron Rodgers, if you hear about this or anybody, so if it gets through the chain of command back to Aaron Rodgers, you've been called out.
yeah.
This guy called you out.
Yeah.
I want to see you at the Bottle House.
Dude, I'm begging. I
I just want to see him at the Bottle House because then I can say Aaron Rodgers was at the Bottle House.
I wouldn't even know what to do if I saw him walk through that front door.
Yeah, quite honestly, that kind of stuff
blind-
doesn't do anything for me.
blind rage for me.
I've met so many famous people. It's anymore. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
whatever. The one that impressed me.
Oh, I'm not
most,
going to say anything positive to him. That's
Well, the one that I will cherish forever. One of the people, and I've met tons of famous people.
Yeah.
I shook John Wayne's hand.
That's cool. Yeah.
When my father got back, the Kennedy Center honors POWs, and he was
Yeah.
there, and he shook my hand. You know, I'm 8 years old.
Yeah.
And this guy's hand seemed like it was that big.
Yeah.
I think his hand came up to my elbow. He was so huge, and he talked just like he did in the movies.
Yeah.
And I'm looking up, going, well, first of all, he was like a mountain.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, John Wayne. And then I met some hot chick. I forgot who it was.
Someone who was
And I'm like 7, 8 years old going, if you only knew what I could do to you in 30 years.
If I
forgot
knew
who it
what I
was.
could.
I gotta remember. Well, I have to forget something to remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I'm getting away from these yahoos.
I have to like
She
do my
does. She has
job
to-
or
she has to
something.
go
This
away.
is a lot more fun.
We
but
have kept you on here.
We kept her.
I can send Kim your way.
Poor Kim's over there. We're going to shut her down. Poor Kim's over there going, get your ass over here and help. Anyway, thank you for coming on. And again, guys,
Thank you
when
for
you're
having
in,
me on.
say hi to Carissa. Take good care of her. She's not the new girl anymore because you're officially part of the family, but
I'm
she's
official.
the newest.
I'm the newest.
You and Joe started pretty much the same time,
Yeah.
like the
her
same
and Jeff.
day, pretty much.
Yeah. Hired on at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So that's our two newest additions to the family.
His working
Carissa.
interview was what, an hour before yours?
Yeah, I was the very last one. So interesting.
they were waiting for you, I guess.
Yeah,
Worked out well.
it did.
Anyway, thank you, Chris, for coming on. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Welcome to the family. I think I've told you that before, but we're making it official on video now. Welcome to the Bottle House family.
Thank you.
No, actually, I got a bone to pick with Joe now that I think about it, and I'll talk about it on the podcast.
You said bone giggity.
Tried to invite him to a baseball game, and he still hasn't texted me back.
He said pick a bone giggity.
It's like, Joe, do you not like me? Like, do you not want to hang out? Like, what's up, dude?
Hear that, Joe? You're being called out too. So far he's called out Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers
Aaron Rodgers.
and Joe.
Get it, Joe.
Ah,
Joe,
shit.
you one in the
We're
same.
gonna have to put a boxing match up here on the stage
Yeah,
here. So
exactly, dude. Fucking,
everybody's there calling out. They're gonna come in there.
who's coming? Who's coming next?
I'm not calling you out, dude. I'm
Yeah.
too old for that shit.
Yeah, nah. Also, we get along, so like, you know.
I think you and I have a very similar attitude. We kind of look at
Yeah.
people and go,
Yeah, great. All right, yeah.
yeah, okay, we can see where this is going.
Yep.
It's always a pleasure when you're in here, dude. I know,
Yeah.
I know you got my back.
Dude,
It's a comforting feeling knowing if anything does happen,
Yeah.
you're there.
Dude.
Although I just take care of the
Working
bands.
time. Yeah, yeah.
I'm just here to take care of the bands.
Yeah, and I'm here to fight, guys. Specifically Joe and A-Rod.
Joe and A-Rod. Hey, Aaron Rodgers. Oh, come on, dude.
Yeah,
if he walked in here, would you really call him out?
Huh? Oh.
If Aaron Rodgers walked in here, would you like, dude, you're a D.
You only won one Super Bowl.
Well, that is kind of that does kind of suck. I mean, I don't see how it can be one of the greatest when he's only won one Super
Come
Bowl.
on, dude. Fucking dick.
Hey, I grew up as a Redskins fan. Not anymore.
You see, I grew up as a Bears fan, if you couldn't tell. This is why my...
The Bears.
Yeah, this is...
The
maybe
Bears.
there's a slight reason for that.
The only thing I remember about the Bears is the Saturday Night Live skits.
Yeah,
The Bears. Actually, I remember the Fridge.
Yeah.
That's probably before your time. The Fridge.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but yeah, that...
Yeah, they. What's his name? The quarterback. His glasses, and they did the music videos
Jim
rapping.
McMahon.
Jim
Yeah,
McMahon.
yeah.
They did the stupid music videos
Jim
rapping.
McMahon's so cool.
Yeah,
Actually, yeah.
but he wasn't a great quarterback.
No, not at all,
He
dude.
just they just had one of those phenomenal years that
Never
nobody
had one.
expected.
Never had one. It's one of the funniest things in the world to like, or one of the craziest things in the world. Bears are one of the oldest teams in the NFL.
Absolutely.
Never had a 4,000 yard passer. The only franchise that never had a 4,000 yard passer. Chicago, the city of Chicago got a pope before the Bears got a 4,000 yard passer. In a single season. That's
Pick a new team,
the
dude.
craziest
Pick a
thing
new
in the
team.
world to me.
How long have you been in Tampa?
Since 2019.
You know, it's
Yeah,
time.
I mean, I root for the Bucs.
You know-
I'm a firm believer in adopt, the city in which you live.
Luna's sick. That's why she couldn't make it. But
Oh.
she said if you have a link, she can add herself to for like the next one.
Okay.
She'll have, like,
So Luna is actually sick. She is under the weather. That's why she couldn't make it. Lexi just came up and told me. I guess she messaged her, so she is under the weather. So if we gave her grief, I'm sorry.
Cut that earlier part out.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe I'll just I'll just bring her on.
But yeah,
from-
no, I think yeah. We can.
Maybe her and I'll just do like I don't have to come in here again and set up all this crap.
Yeah.
Because
But
the more I set
would-
up, the more I got to tear it down,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
which sucks.
But I would say, yeah, like we can at least shout that out. Yeah, sorry Luna wasn't on the pod, but maybe here soon. But Sunday night, she's doing our music bingo now. Very different kind of vibe. I really liked. I really liked that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She, high energy the whole way through. Was great.
I heard some great things, and I saw a great video of Steve singing and dancing.
Dude,
which
Steve's
my
video,
retinas are fried. from
See,
that.
it's honestly, I thought it was one of the greatest videos I've ever watched.
I'm surprised that our
it's just
Facebook
saying.
page didn't get pulled.
Yeah. Okay, you guys are banned now. No,
Love Steve.
Steve, you absolutely killed that one. That was one of the.
Yeah, it was
funnest
hilarious.
things.
I watched that. I'm like,
Trying
oh
to
my
show
God.
it to everybody out there.
That should go viral.
Yeah, that should be the thing. Yeah.
Steve is a trip. He
Yeah.
he said he was going to come in and co-host
Dude, he's a
tonight.
great
but,
guy. Yeah.
He's probably out playing
we had
golf.
So we had two people back.
Actually, probably sprained his ankle with his little dance show the other night.
Yeah, might have. Dude, he was getting some moves.
He was.
Man. He was getting
He's got some moves for a big fella.
Yeah, he was ready to roll.
Steve's a great guy.
Yeah.
Love him. Him and Carrie both great people.
Yeah. But yeah, no, her Sunday night bingo was a lot of fun and just phenomenal DJ too. From what I heard, because obviously she does a set right after the bingo part. The way that she was mashing up songs. I know nothing about being a DJ. The closest I've
Nothing
got.
about doing podcasts.
Yeah,
Okay.
the closest I've got is I own headphones and Spotify Premium, but I don't know anything
I own
outside
6 headphones
of that. Hey, dude.
and a bunch of mics, and I hate mics.
All right.
I hate microphones. In fact, so I've been coming up. All the bands have been asking me to come do the introductions.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not really my thing.
Yeah.
But I'll do it if you guys want me to come do the introductions. And the one guy said, well, you're kind of becoming like the face of the Bottle House, so you ought to be doing that for every band.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just
you
not
on.
work. I mean, once I introduce you once, one going to say the next
wanna
time.
sit there.
They're
Come on.
back. They're back.
Yeah,
This band's back.
here it is.
Actually, no, I don't mind doing it because,
Yeah.
pretty much every band that comes in here, they're all my friends anyway.
Yeah. It's fun vibes, man.
Kind of a fun thing to do.
We've had great shows here lately.
And actually, dude, for the next month and a half,
Yeah.
Killer.
Yeah.
killer.
Yeah.
Not that the past month and a half wasn't.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But we got Sobriety X. So this weekend, obviously Saturday night is going to be, we're going to call it Employee Appreciation Day, so it gives us all a break for a night.
I saw that. Yeah, I was not sure. What
So there will
that
be no
was
band
actually,
Saturday.
So I guess I'm learning this on the fly.
There'll be no band Saturday.
Okay, there we go.
It'll just be kind of a quiet night at the Bottle House where you can come in and shoot the bull.
There we go. I like it.
But Friday night we have Fusebox.
Yep.
It's their debut show here.
Oh.
Then next weekend I have Sobriety X on Friday,
Yep.
and then Nobody's Fool.
Be here for both of those shows.
Two great bands, and coming up, and I got to look at my phone because I forget. Even though I booked them, I forget. I don't remember. People ask me who's playing this day. I have to look at my schedule.
I forgot what day it was all day today, so I think you're doing better than me.
So we got Fusebox, we got a Sobriety X, and Nobody's Fool. Then we have the Blake Free Bland and Supply Chain with Mr. Gary Shett, and actually he's going to be here the Thursday before that with his solo deal.
Okay, so that's who I need to talk to about Star Wars. And
Yep,
Nerd
yep.
Out. And we'll start a podcast about Star Wars.
Exactly. And then the 1st of August, I got Gen X and Center. Then the 8th of August, I've got Blackwater Jack, and dude, they're awesome. Blackwater Jack?
Dude,
They
I had
were
a
freaking phenomenal.
blast. I had a blast with their.
They're
their last
awesome.
couple
Great
shows.
guys,
Yeah.
great musicians. I mean, obviously, it's a different genre than you're used to here. Usually,
Yeah.
it's rock and roll, and they're kind of country and new country, but they're
Yeah.
awesome.
I like the change of pace every once in a while. Though,
Yeah, I
too,
like
you
mixing
know.
up.
It's good. It's a good it's fun for the people that are hanging here too. I feel like every once in a while I've got nothing but like
Exactly.
positive feedback when I'm behind.
Well, then after that, remember Twisted Revolver?
Yeah,
They're there the weekend after that, so we got like a killer lineup coming for the next month and a half, 2 months.
So yeah, come out to the bar. Cool little place to hang.
It is the Bottle
Have
House.
some
You know,
entertainment with
it's
you,
a family bar. You know, you come in, you have a good time. You don't have to worry about it.
And
if anybody's giving you grief, let us know.
Yeah, and I can bore you to death about more Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, but if Aaron Rodgers comes in, stay back because there's going to be a brawl.
Dude, yeah.
Adam and Aaron are going down. I'm going to make you go outside, though. I'll come out in video.
Dude,
Because
like, I mean, also, like, not for nothing, the Darkness Retreat thing was the lamest thing in the film. Guy sucks. I can't stand him.
I think he really doesn't like Aaron Rodgers.
No, not a fan. Not a fan. You know who I am a fan of, though? Old sexy Rex Grossman. Thanks for leading us to a Super Bowl in 2006.
Rex Grossman.
We didn't win, but Rex Grossman's so much fun because he was just like, fuck it, somebody's downfield.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Sling
the
it.
whole play.
Sling it. Somebody will catch it.
I can throw a ball 60 yards and I'm going to do it every time.
That goes back to the old Joe Montana days.
Yeah, exactly.
Just step back and release.
Break your hand while I throw this ball.
All right, brother, let's cut this thing.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Great time hanging with you. Thanks for having me on, my man.
Always a pleasure. So get your butt in here Friday night. You're going to be behind the bar Friday
Yes, I
night,
will.
right?
Yep.
So we got Fuse
we'll have a
Box.
good little time.
I'll be in my spot. I'll be back behind the bar.
Tell me what you want for trivia.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking, you know what I want?
I'll always take feedback, too. Yeah.
I want
so
you
if
to do
anybody-
music trivia on the movie The Jerk.
That movie specifically.
Exactly.
Fuck it,
That's like my favorite
fuck
movie
it,
of all
let's
time.
do it, man. Yeah.
The Jerk trivia.
Yeah.
And I'll come in for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'll know
That would
it
be
all.
the one way to get you.
I'll know it all.
Yeah. It's and
Because I still, like once every 2 months or so, I got to watch The Jerk.
Yeah. Perfect. You know
That's
what?
Steve Martin when
Line
Steve
up.
Martin was just freaking
Yeah.
Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Before he became, he kind of got into drama and all that stuff. That's
Yeah.
back when he was just freaking hilarious.
doing that.
Back when it was King Tut.
Yeah.
Remember the Saturday Night skit,
yeah,
King Tut?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And it's funniest movie ever. In fact,
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody, texting somebody today, and I was quoting stuff over that.
Yeah.
He was talking about you're working so hard. I said, well, Jesus likes working, man.
There you go.
Don't trust Whitey. All right, so we're going to cut this thing short.
Yeah.
Or not short, we're going to cut it off. So again, guys, appreciate you hanging with us. Thank you, Mr. Adam. Get your button here tomorrow night for trivia. So what are you calling it? Just trivia with Adam, or?
Yeah, maybe we got to
Gotta
come up with a
catchy
name. Yeah, I guess we got to come up with a name right now. Just
We can
I
get
guess
back to the Atom Bomb thing.
yeah, hey, there we
Atom
go.
Bomb
yeah.
trivia.
So
There
yeah,
you
something
go.
like that. Yeah, we'll come up with something creative.
We'll come
Yeah,
catch
yeah. I'll work on it tonight.
So y'all get your butt in here tomorrow night. Support him. You're going to have a great time.
Yeah, dude,
Can't guarantee I'm going to be here, and he's definitely going to nerd out on you.
Yeah. I'll try to keep my little tangents down to a minimum.
That's all right.
While I'm doing.
That's all right. Just nerd out on everybody.
Exactly,
I gotta
man.
get
You know, that's part of my endearing charm.
it. Thanks, Lexi, for coming on, and Carissa. Thanks, Kim, back behind the bar. I don't know if she can hear me, even though I got the speakers on. Russ was here earlier. Thanks, Russ. Thanks the whole freaking staff here. We got a great group of people. Got a great owner here, although nobody knows him. And no, I am not Russ. People that call me Russ all the time. You don't offend me or anything, but no, I'm not Russ. I'm just a worker, be
You're
like
just
everybody
making
else.
him envious because Russ is better looking. That's what we are.
Yeah, you keep saying that shit. We were friends. I'm taller.
yeah.
I'm taller.
And you know what?
Not by much, but I'm taller.
Got that. That's it.
Russ is good people. Actually, Russ and I think we're very similar.
Yeah.
Because we're both kind of black and white.
Yeah.
I think it's his military background,
Yeah.
mine growing up in the military.
Yeah.
Everything is black and white. Don't take me into a gray area.
Yeah.
It's yes, no.
That's it.
I
Yeah.
don't like maybes.
We go there. Yeah.
Yes, no. In fact, my customers all the time. Yes, no. Don't tell me maybe.
Yeah.
Don't say what do you think.
What do
No.
they-
Yes, no. What do you want? Tell me this or that. Because you're getting one of the two. You got to let me know.
That's how it,
And don't. The more you delay, the more pissed off I get. All right, so again, folks, appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. Again, I apologize for Luna not being on, but obviously she is under the weather, so I do apologize for that.
we'll get her on soon.
So we won't give her any more grief, but we'll get her on here again here soon, introduce her to the world.
But we're gonna bash her a lot. Once we cut the mics. Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do
Dude,
that.
she is mud when these mics get turned off. You hear that, Luna? Once the mics go off.
We're
you're
the
mud.
day.
That's right. I might have to come in here Sunday night just to give you grief.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Just the whole time she's doing her set.
Exactly. Hey. All right, so we're going to cut this thing off.